Well, St. Augustine's Limelight Theatre is celebrating its 33rd year with a show that harkens back to the 1920s. Here to tell us about it, the show is called The Drowsy Chaperone. I'm joined by Sherrie Provence, the theater's executive director, who also plays the titular chaperone.
Yes, I do.
Welcome.
Thank you.
We're also joined by Jimmy Alexander, who plays the role of Robert Martin. Welcome, Jimmy.
Thank you.
So, Jimmy, you character, I think, in this is the groom to be in this musical. It's a very ensemble type show, very lively. But your role is a pretty physical character. I mean, you're kind of the matinee idol, style character. But you have to really dance. Did you have to tap dance in this?
I do. I'm all over the place. It's the first few numbers. I mean, I just get drenched in sweat, and then I get some time to dry off a little bit. But yeah, it's a lot of physicality, and I definitely work for this one.
And you have some family members that are with you in this show. I was going to ask you kind of how you get the time from your daily life to participate in theater as much as you do, but I think you bringing your family along, it probably helps.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I got into theater originally because my wife, who's from New York, had been doing theater her whole life, and I was more of a musician. And she sort of brought me into this world probably about 15 years ago now, and I just totally fell in love with it. And I missed her. She was doing shows and she wasn't there, so I'm like, well, let me get involved with this. And then, yeah, that just sort of started me on my journey. So it's great. Yeah, my oldest daughter, Kayla, is there. And my new son in law of about a year, Ronnie, is doing the show as well. So it's great.
That's excellent. And,
Yeah.
and Sherry, you play the drowsy chaperone, as we said,
Yes.
a little bit of a tipsy chaperone. But tell us why you wanted to stage this in the first place, and a little bit about your character.
Yeah, that's a great question. So The Drowsy Chaperone is it's a silly, campy musical. And I put it in the season because I figured that coming out of the holidays and the wintry cold, it doesn't get too wintry here in Florida, but cold enough
It's
for
been
me.
gray and
It
cold,
has
though.
been. It has been. It's a great place to have something fun and frivolous. And I knew the show. I knew that it was just a really funny, lighthearted show, and I thought it would fit really good into our season. Um, I'm playing the drowsy chaperone who is just ridiculous. And I think Carol Burnett humor.
Mm.
And so I just really get to lean into that. It's a departure from what I do every day in the administrative role of the theater, and so I'm just having a blast, and the cast is exceptional, and they're fun to be with, and it's just been a really good experience.
And tell us a little bit about the conceit of the show, because although the music is from the 20s and the style of the show is from the 20s, it's sort of set in like a modern
It
era.
is, yeah.
Explain how we get to
Yeah,
the past.
it's a play within a play, and, essentially, the premise is that there's a kind of an antisocial man that hides away from others and listens to his old records, and he loves musicals, and this is his favorite. And he engages, breaks the fourth wall, engages the audience, kind of talks them through this musical that comes to life on stage as he's talking about all the things that he loves about the show. And literally, the characters come out of his refrigerator.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's delightful.
Yes.
You, Jimmy, you've done some previous performances at Limelight. I think you were in Little Miss Sunshine.
I was. Yeah, it was about a year ago.
And you've also been in Rocky Horror. Is that right?
Yeah, my first show ever actually was playing Rocky as Rocky Horror, which is quite a shock when you're new to theater and your first time on a stage. You're wearing these little gold shorts and nothing else. It was quite interesting.
Trial by fire.
Exactly. Yeah.
What is fun about this project in particular?
For me, I've done a lot of stuff in a lot of different theaters and a lot of different projects, but I always felt like the Limelight was always different. It always had a special sort of feel, and just like the family that they have there, and the people that they bring. It's just always been very special to me. And with this particular, some people may disagree with this, and we've got a great director, and she's done a great job. But for me, like a key component to any show is the casting,
Mhm.
and I think our director chose the right people. We really don't have any
You're
weak
not
spots.
biased because you've got 4 family members total, right?
That's true.
She did a
That's
great job
true.
casting, yeah.
She did great
She did.
job. But this just the way that we work together, and how much a couple of the patrons said it the best. They said they look like they're having so much fun,
Yeah.
and we're not that's not an act. We're just having a lot of fun, and the way that we play off of each other, we're all having a ball,
Mhm.
and I think that's reading, and that's why people are liking it so much.
Yeah, and Sherry, this is, as we said, the 33rd year of
33rd, yeah.
Limelight, which is
Mhm.
the only year-round community theater in St. Augustine.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
with a building, I should
with
say.
a building,
Yeah.
yeah. So if folks are interested, I think this, when does this open?
So we are 2 weeks in.
Okay.
We've done 2 weekends of shows, and we are back at it tonight. There are tickets available, so we do 2 more weekends. So I'd love to, have people come out and see it. It's just an escape, and that's kind of the message of the show,
Yeah,
an escape to another world, just but with still a lot of, I would say, sentimentality.
yeah. Well, you can get tickets at limelight-theater.org, is that right?
Mhm, mhm.
Sherrie Provence and Jimmy Alexander, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having
Thank
us,
you.
Anne.
Yeah, it was great.